next guest you know as Huey in the Not Your Usual Superhero series, The Boys. Season 4 is on Prime Video now. Please welcome Jack Quaid.
Hi, everybody. Hello. Oh, thanks for having me back, man.
Hey, it's great to have you back.
Oh, my God. It's funny. I just listened to Dakota's story about casting the pick. We had to do the same thing on The Boys, but with a butthole.
Really?
It's a whole industry. This is an entire sub-industry. Hollywood is magical.
And did Matt Damon say yes, or?
It was between him and another butthole. Yeah, it was. It was pretty
Speaking of Matt Damon, the last time I saw you were on stage at the Oscars as part of when Oppenheimer won Best Picture. You were in the movie.
It was awesome. It was really cool.
That seems like would be a fun experience to have.
It was a great experience. 10 out of 10. Would recommend to a friend named Jen. It was great. Guillermo was there. There you are.
Hey,
Right.
yeah, I was.
You gave us all tequila, man.
Yeah,
Thanks
exactly.
for that.
Yeah, that's what I do over there.
That was the best.
Yeah, that was the best.
He's like Santa Claus of tequila.
But he is the Santa Claus of tequila. That's what I've always said. No, it was great. I was having a panic attack for the entire ceremony.
Were you really? Why?
I was because, so I'm in Oppenheimer. I have a small part. I mostly play the bongos. I'm Bongo Man. Last time I was here, I told you in the Hunger Games, I'm Woo Guy, because I have one line, it's Woo. And in Oppenheimer, I'm Bongo Man. So I get a call basically saying that if Oppenheimer wins Best Picture, I get to go on stage and celebrate with everybody. But, that category is announced last. So the entire time, I have anxiety, I overthink things constantly, so I had so much time to just be like, what if we got the wrong intel? What if I'm not supposed to go up there? What if it's just supposed to be Christopher Nolan and Emma Thomas? Like, what I didn't want to happen was that it would be like, Chris, Emma, Bongo Man. Like,
yeah, right.
That can't happen. I can't third wheel their Oscar acceptance speech. It would have been great, and I'm just there. Just air bongoing. That didn't happen.
That's good. That's probably for the best.
I was so nervous because everyone started getting up. I was like, thank God we're up there. Florence Pugh is standing in front of me. I'm like, great, no one's paying attention to me at all. This is wonderful. And then we leave, and you're wrapping up the show, which you hosted beautifully, by the way.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
Was so great. You're wrapping up the show, and they usher us to leave, and then I start realizing I'm the only one leaving. I'm the only one who listened to the nice lady saying, okay, time to go now. And I can see in front of me there's like a hallway, and there's this whole line of photographers, and I'm like, oh no, this is the moment where like they take a photo of you with your Oscar, and like, I don't have an Oscar, I'm Bongo Man. And then I turn to go the other way, and I see Chris and Emma coming over to get their pictures taken with their Oscars. I'm like, no, it's Chris, Emma, Bongo Man. This can't happen.
This is the scenario.
This is the scenario. It really was. Yeah. So I'm like, hey, congratulations. And then I turn to like a random camera guy, and I'm like, I just play the bongos. How do I get out of here? I can't go over there. And so he's like, yeah, you can go through there. And I wind up in like the Oscars catacombs. Like, I'm just it's a magical evening, but I was just, like, lost.
You can get lost back there, yeah.
You really can. I wound up with some, like, I had some rubies by the end. I had to fight a dragon. It was the whole thing. It was nuts.
You made it out okay, though.
I did okay.
When you're just, like, primarily playing the bongos, that's not all you did in the movie, or I mean...
Sure, yeah. But, that's where the memories are.
Do you have a lot of downtime on the set? Are you, like, there for a long time?
Yeah, no, you're there, you're on set, but you're also just in New Mexico. Like, I had a day off, which was great, and I went into Santa Fe, and I was like, whatever, I'll have a margarita. I'll enjoy my time. But it's the high desert, so there's like a lot of altitude, so I was like drunk off of one margarita immediately. And then I'm just, I'm walking through Santa Fe, just walking it off, and then I get a call from our first AD saying, hey, you know that scene that you shot yesterday? Chris wants to reshoot that scene, this time with snow, because he has that power. And I'm like, oh, no. And he's like, how soon can you be here? I'm like, immediately, I can be there. So I drink all the water in Santa Fe. There's a drought there now because of me. They picked me up in like a passenger van. And so if you look really closely at this one scene in Oppenheimer where he's like debuting his iconic hat for the first time and walking through town, there's like one blurry blob that's still buzzed off of one margarita.
And you had to truck it all the way back for that, huh?
But it was one of those things where if you just hung out, chances are he'd be like, you, just get in. Like,
really?
That's what I loved about it. It was so cool.
That is surprising because you hear he's so meticulous and...
So meticulous, yeah.
And yet loose.
And yet loose. Like, he's very funny. Like, there was this one day on set where it wasn't a bongo scene. Surprise, surprise.
Mm-hmm.
But I was there with all these different cast members, and he stops everything cold, looks at me, and just goes, I saw the footage from the bongos. You really impressed me. And I didn't know what to do with that. Like, I never, in my wildest dreams, did I think I'd get a bongo compliment.
Yeah. Nobody gets that,
a
really.
bongo pliment. But it was, I'm on the other side of it now. I feel great.
You should feel great. I remember the last time you were here was right before The Boys premiered, right? It was right at the beginning. Now you've got 4 seasons. You're about to do your 5th and final season of the show.
I know.
And the show is a really, really good show.
Oh, thanks, man.
Did you imagine that it would turn out to be this kind of iconic television show?
No, I mean, like, you just hope for the best. It's like last time I was here, I remember like every time I did press in the beginning, I had to explain what the show was, and it was so hard to explain it. There's so much going on, and now I'm just so happy that I don't have to pitch it because I would be so bad at elevator pitching. But if I just described that one scene in the beginning with like Huey and A-Train and Huey's girlfriend getting killed, people got it immediately. But like,
I feel like you could just explain it by saying it's like if superheroes happened in real life. It's like if it was real.
Yeah, but they're bad secretly, but I don't have superpowers. I work in an electronics store. Like, there was so much, I shouldn't have put myself into the equation.
You know what? Your superpower is you're a great bongo player.
Yeah.
And don't ever forget that.
Watch out for season 5. Huey brings the bongos
Bongo Man.
Yeah, Bongo Man's coming in.
Jack Quaid, everybody.
Thanks,
Season 4 of The Boys is on Prime Video now. Thank you, Jack. We'll be back with Mile High.